Okay, so today we are going to discuss how, or show you how to take these piano wires apart, how to get the copper out. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you want to do is on the ends of the copper winding, you'll see where it goes from big to small. The reason why it's going from big to small, because underneath here, well, one thing, the copper gets thicker, but underneath there is a steel wire, and we want to get to that steel wire. And we put that to the side, and we turn those in as electric motors because I don't feel like tearing those down. But now you are left with one end looking like this, and your other end is the one that hooked up to the piano, right? So the first step, we want to do is start to turn on this, just to get it to peel out, as y'all see. So when it's like that, you want to grab your pliers and pull it. We'll go ahead and hook this to a screw. That way you are left where you could grab it with the pliers correctly and have a way to hold it. Then you pull a little, just enough to expose the metal wires underneath. You see those little wind of wires? That's what we're going for. In this out of our way, just attempt to grab that little bit of wire. Once you have it, you'll pull it and it'll break. Nah, usually if it breaks, that means there's something cutting it. But once you start getting it, it will pull out from the center. So it pretty much just perfectly comes out. You got to go slow. Do not go fast. If you go fast, it will break. Normally, I'm a lot faster with it. This will probably take us for this one. Well, mainly what's slowing this down is recording. But it is pretty fast. I would say maybe a minute to do the whole thing. When it breaks, you will be left with a thin piece of metal wire. It does look red like copper, but it sticks. So we know it is steel. So we take our steel and we'll throw that up in the trailer. And now we are left with this piece of copper. I'm gonna pull it down just so I can separate the steel so y'all can see. It stripped it all the way up to there. And just like we did with the first one, we want to snip that smaller wind off, and then we are left with this. And to show you how easy it is to get the copper out, which it's already showing itself that it's that easy because it's sliding back and forth. And then when you are done, you are left with a steel rod and a copper coil. Based off of this, I would say it's probably 80% recovery. So definitely worth it to do the bigger ones. For littler ones like this, I'm not even gonna lie, I've never even tried it, because usually I just cut the ends off and we call it an electric motor. But since we have y'all here, if I was gonna clean the itty bitty one, I would start off with cutting the excess steel off, throwing that there. I would then pinch a piece of the copper with the pliers, or the snips, if I could get it. There we go. Now, this is copper, so it is soft metal. So there's a good chance that this is not going to work. But this is how I would do it, because there shouldn't be a steel thread inside. It sounds like it's working, so we're going to keep going. What feels wrong though is that steel rod in the center is jerking my whole wire around, which I believe is going to cause an issue. So let's shorten it, throw it in the trailer so it's not leaving a mess. Yeah, see, and it broke again. I do not believe it's a really efficient way to do this. Yeah. Whoop. But it did take off quite a bit, but that's super light compared to what the copper is weighing. See if we can just get it to finish. But as we see, it is definitely possible to get even the smallest. This is the smallest one that comes in it. I prefer the bigger ones. They're way more profitable. Okay, so we have it just popped. So let's pull this over and see what's left. The very small tight winding at the end is what's left. So you could do all of them, but that tight winding ain't coming off. But yeah, then you're left with one second, I'm gonna wind up this ball. There's your copper, right? Okay, so based off of what I could feel weight wise, oh wait, let me pick the other half of the steel rod up. Based off of what I could feel from both of them, maybe 50% copper recovery, maybe. I would definitely stay with all these, because once you get into that tiny one, like I said, that was the smallest. There ain't nothing smaller than that one. These come close, but not really. But these are definitely 80 to 90% copper. That's just a lot of copper winded up. So yeah, that's how I do it. That's the way I believe is the proper way to take electric to take piano strings apart. If you have a better way, please message me, put up a video, something, let me see it. I would love to see how somebody else does it, because there's literally only one other video on YouTube on how to do this, and it's kind of frustrating to think piano's been around for years and there's not a ton of ways to take the strings apart. That's just a little insane. So trying to show you all the best way to do this is making it where I'm getting better and better at it, and finding new ways to actually do this. So I want to show you, don't cut all the way through. This is the top with the ribbon. Just go down about 1.5 inches and cut just the copper piece, okay? Then you want to flip it over and go down about 1.5 inches. You can see where it has like this lump in it, and cut it off completely. Add that to your motor pile, right? And then you want to hook your hook on your bolt screw, whatever you're using. All right, put the hat on my head real quick just so I have 2 hands. Take your drill and tighten it down onto it, and then all you do is turn your drill. What? Y'all see that? Look at that copper shape. That is insane. Like, that is so crazy easy. Now this, I don't know if it works on the big ones because I don't have any more of the big ones, but I know for these small ones it works. I think I will be stopping and getting the wires off of every single piano I see, because usually I don't, because I don't have the time to do this. Wait, I didn't clip those, did I? No. Alright, so clip the metal off. Only bad part is you really don't know where the flat piece is, so it's really a guess on where to cut it. But I mean, it is working big time. There's a fat one. Yeah, it's not doubled though, but go down about 1.5 inches, give it a nice little cut into the copper. I always like to cut the end off first, so when I cut this about 1.5 inches down, that's my electric motor. Like, this is insane how easy this is. All right. So anything y'all see online and you think it's the best way, man, attempt yourself or challenge yourself to find a better way. There's got to be a better way. Heck, I've literally only been doing this for about an hour, playing around, trying different ways, and I have found 6 different ways, and there's only one way online on how to do it. That's crazy. And I think, even though this is a bunch of scrambled bogus, I'm gonna leave it together just like this. I'm not gonna really edit it because I've already shut it off enough. So crazy. Oh man. And it seems to be working pretty much with any of the smaller ones, no matter what. Because it grabs onto that copper and just spins it right off the steel, which all of it's the same, so it all works. Like, this is probably the best way. I'm gonna have to definitely find some big piano string and give it a try. I will advise you, you definitely have to do this step. You can't get all of it. It breaks the steel right there. So if you think, oh yeah, you're just wasting that by cutting off, you could try it without removing this stuff, but it won't work. So, but you're free to learn your own, and that's what I recommend, because everything y'all learn and y'all post gives me something new and a better way of doing it. That is so crazy. Like, I think this would be the last one I do on video. But yeah, man, I encourage y'all, if y'all have anything that y'all could tear down and you know other scrappers do it, and making a video of you tearing it down the fastest way you can, or even if it is you just happen to randomly come across something and it worked once, put it out there. I mean, not everything will always work for everyone, so that it's always a hit or a miss pretty much. But sharing ain't really a hard thing to do. So I know a lot of scrappers look at it as, oh well, if you show them how to do this, then they'll go out there and do. Guess what? I like scrapping for 2 reasons. You get money out of it, and you're helping your environment and keeping stuff out of landfill. So if I could teach someone how to do something easier and more productive, so they don't go and grab all of these from a piano and then just throw it into the tin pile. Because if it's not easy for them, they're not going to do it, but that doesn't mean they're not going to grab it. So, I mean, think about it. Most people can't turn in an AC unit, right? But they'll grab it and turn it in as weight, not as AC coils or anything like that. They just turn it in as pure steel. So people will turn in stuff even if it's not going to make them much money, purely because they'll make them something. I'd rather teach people how to do it the best way possible, so it's more productive and less ends up in the landfill. Hey, and let me give you a little advice. If you're watching any of my videos for to learn how to do something, you think I talk too much, just mute it. You ain't got to put it in the comments, because I'll just remove it. So yeah, because I like talking. If you don't like me talking, well, you have buttons on your end. So, and I'm just saying this because I've had other people start messaging about stuff, about talking, about the way I do stuff. I don't know why you would send messages like that, because obviously you should know by now us YouTubers can remove your comments. So if you're going to shoot negative stuff and just be just rude, pretty much, don't say nothing at all, because I'm just going to remove it. Oh, that's so heavy. Dang, I would say that could be about 10 pounds of copper. That's insane. But yeah, if you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Bye bye for now.